Today's episode of Hoppy on Broadway is sponsored by Seattle Cider Company. Their oaked maple will be available to the public November 2nd, which was actually yesterday, so it's available now. And their winter specialty, cranberry, made in collaboration with Starvation Alley, will be available Thursday, November 9th, and makes a great accompaniment to friends and Thanksgiving dinners. What's up, everyone? My name is K-Rad. I'm a rapper, producer, beer lover, and now I'm a podcaster. Podcasting about Northwest hip-hop and Northwest beer. Why? Well, I love them both, and frankly, you should too. So sit back and crack a cold one as a weekly guest and I talk about all things hip-hop and hops. This is Hoppy on Broadway. Welcome back to Hoppy on Broadway. My name is K-Rad, your host, and this is episode 13 featuring Keyboard Kid, a Northwest rapper and producer, and we're drinking Seattle Cider Company cider. It's a little different than what we usually do, drinking beer, but a couple weeks ago when we did the Two Beers Brewing Company episode, they mentioned to me that their sister company was the Cider Company and wanted to offer to sponsor this show as well, and it's always good to shake it up a little bit and drink something a little different still in the alcoholic beverage arena. Just a friendly reminder to everyone that we are on iTunes officially on iTunes. You can get it on your podcast app or you can browse on iTunes on your computer. That's where you can find all the episodes from episode 1 up to this one, all future episodes, whereas on SoundCloud, I only do the latest 4. So if you want to check out past interviews, see who else I've interviewed, what other beers we drank, I recommend checking it out and giving us a rating, preferably 5 stars on iTunes. It helps a lot. Yeah, that's about all I got to say. Throughout the show, we're going to be hearing clips from Keyboard Kid's latest instrumental mixtape, Based in the Rain 4. The first track we're going to be listening to is called Rain Dance. Coming back to Seattle after playing at the 3 Points Festival in Miami, we have Keyboard Kid on the show today to drink Seattle Cider Company cider. Keyboard Kid has been making beats for over a dozen years now, producing chill-out cloud rap style instrumentals, and is most known for producing beats and DJing for Lil B, aka the Based God. Hashtag Basedworld. Keyboard Kid, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Doing good. What's poppin'?
Nothing much, man. We're going to start drinking the Seattle cider. We're just going to kick it off with a bang. A couple of taster glasses to our left and right, respectively. And this is the Dry Hard cider. It's 6.5. It's their flagship. Are you a big cider drinker? Are you even a drinker? That's a better question.
So. I do sip on beers and ciders, though, occasionally when I do want to chill out.
Yeah, okay. I'm not a huge cider person, but I definitely appreciate kind of the citrus, kind of a bubbly aspect of it. Let's take a taste.
No function beer well without.
And give me your thoughts.
Pretty good. Not too bad, not too strong, not too overpowering.
Yeah, it's definitely got just like a little hint of apple. I love the bubbliness of it. It's definitely something you can kick back in the sun with, you know.
Yeah. Definitely some summer vibes. You know what I'm saying? Definitely dry, but not in a bad way.
Yeah. Other than cider, what kind of beer do you prefer? Or if there's a cider, what do you prefer to drink?
Normally I'll be drinking like some IPAs. That's kind of what I've been into lately.
I love IPAs.
And I always try to give the local breweries, you know what I'm saying, a sample or a taste. So yeah, so shouts out to Seattle Cider Company.
Today on the show, obviously you're a well-known producer, and I've looked through a lot of articles and interviews about you, but instead of asking the basic, how do you get your start, what kind of plugins you use, I kind of want to ask more about the business side of it. I know you switched full-time to music production a few years ago after working, what was it, an AT&T kiosk at the mall or something?
Yeah, definitely, way back.
Yeah, and then you moved your full-time to to making instrumentals and being an artist.
Yep.
And so tell me about what was the defining moment when you decided, you know what, I'm going to make the leap and do this?
Man, really, I was actually with my homie Dub. He was actually working there too at the time. And I don't know, I was kind of just like working, and then he was like, man, this cat wants to come check out your beats. And it was actually this local rapper, Nima. And they were like, basically like, he's like, man, what are you doing working here? And I kind of just like, yeah, what am I doing working here? And then I just quit.
And there he is. It has it, man. So what did you do? Are you word of mouth marketing? Are you on the internet? Are you?
Yeah. Pretty much just like word of mouth, after being out there for a while now, my name's out there. So, and then normally just staying relevant, just being online, interacting with fans, and, staying busy working.
Plus it helps that you met up with Lil B early in his career on MySpace back when that was a thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm sure that helped kind of, get your name out there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, we still, Basedworld Records, you know what I'm saying? I'm the first actually official artist on Basedworld. So, yeah, man, we just turning up.
So tell me about this Basedworld thing. What is this different from you being an independent and now you being signed to Basedworld?
I think it's just more of like, linking up and, really being, building that label, you know what I'm saying? And focused on a certain project, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Before it was more or less just, doing whatever, freelancing, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But now, we just focus, you know what I'm saying? We got a couple goals to scratch off our list.
It's a little bit more, your presence is a little bit more contained and focused on where you want to go, who you want to work with.
Yeah, definitely.
Are there any artists out there you're really looking forward to working with, or that you wish that you could be working with right now?
Man, yeah, there's definitely a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying? But really, I got a couple things. I want to just put a lot more music out with B. We're working on some new projects here, new tapes. And then, also, a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying? Like reaching out to some of my ASAP homies, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
People like that, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, across the board, working from east to west, down south.
Yeah, young cats, young producers, a lot of people,
Is it a lot of it you working in the studio with the artist, or are you more of the like send a draft, 100 miles away, they give you some feedback and then you edit it, or how's that work?
Man, a lot of stuff happens through the internet because it's like, I feel like it's just the quickest, fastest way for people to work.
Yeah.
But it's also in person too. I'd rather work in person, you know what I'm saying?
Is there a studio you work out of in Seattle, or your own place, or what, how's that happen?
I pretty just work out of my own place at this point. You know what I'm saying? Building a studio in the crib, and then just gonna work there and keep it real exclusive,
Absolutely. And you've put out over 40 mixtapes online of all the freshest instrumentals. I listened to your latest one, which was Based in the Rain 4.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to know, like, when a rapper says, yo, I want a beat, are they looking through your catalog, or do you do it kind of boutique style where you're like, what do you want it to sound like?
A little bit of both. Like, a lot of people hit me up, they might want to, license something that's been released on a tape, or something new, you know what I'm saying? Something fresh. So I do a little bit of both. I give them an option.
How does it feel to kind of work with these rappers that are kind of budding and starting out who want to buy beats from you? Is it something you take with pride, or is it something just like that pays the bills?
Man, something I take pride, really. I mean, I honestly try to work on feeling, you know what I'm saying? I really don't stress too much. Things get taken care of. So it's really just about like who I want to work with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep it like true and rare to who I am, as well as my sound. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to compromise too much.
Yeah.
But, I will, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever. But I like to just go on feeling, truly, you know what I'm saying? So if I feel like me and that artist might truly make some dope music, I'll try to get in touch with them, or just they get in touch with me. It kind of just happens,
Has there, been a point when you're working with an artist and they want to change it too much, where it's like you're not feeling yourself anymore?
I mean, I feel like that's happened before, you know what I'm saying? But not really, you know what I'm saying? Not too much.
People know you.
Yeah,
they know the music you make.
Yeah, so I feel like they already know,
right,
like what
the
they want.
The chef's in the house.
Yeah,
they know what they're going to be eating.
Of course, yeah.
I gotta say, man, one thing that, do you want some more cider? You can pour yourself some more if you'd like. But,
yeah.
I gotta say that one thing that stuck out is that you're always trying to make music that is, it's not anything that's being popular. Fuck, I can't even say it. It's not big at the time, I guess. Yeah. So, like, how do you keep that interesting to you? Are you, if you're, artists seek inspiration, right? A beat maker seeks inspiration. But if you're trying to be something that's not popular, are you going back to something that's completely different? Is it all from the spur of the moment? What does that look like?
Yeah, like I just always don't want to do or sound like anybody else. So like I'm always gonna be like ahead of the curve. Like when I do something, I feel like so like that's pretty much where I try to keep it at, and like breaking new artists. You know what I mean? And just it's really just staying in touch with the underground. You know what I'm saying? What the kids are into, what young people are into. You know what I'm saying? Inspiration.
So ahead of the game is looking at the underground specifically. How are you finding those artists?
Just through like my own, like I guess perusing of the internet, like browsing, you know what I'm saying, and just peeping things out, and then just checking in with my younger people, you know what I'm saying, my little bro, you know what I'm saying, things like that. Yeah.
Finding what hasn't exploded.
Yeah, and then also, it's like you said though, it's kind of like just staying true to what I like, you know what I'm saying, like whatever I'm into or what's going on, like. I find inspiration. I feel like, I never limit myself to where I find my inspiration.
Well, I've talked to a lot of people on the show, and a couple times we've gotten into a conversation about what makes an authentic artist and what makes someone who is just like, why the fuck are you doing this? Why are you rapping about, trapping when you've never done this or something like that? I'm an artist, I'm a rapper. I don't rap about any of that shit because I'll be honest, I grew up in the suburbs, white family,
Yeah.
But it always comes down to, in my opinion, like, and I hope yours too, that it's about what you want it to sound like, what you come from.
Oh yeah,
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's all about, just staying true to yourself, you know what I'm saying? And just following your heart, and when it comes to creating your own sound, it sounds cliche, but that's really what you got to do, you know what I'm saying? You can't really chase trend, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I know that like, whenever someone tells me like, oh man, it doesn't sound like, like this, or like it needs to sound like more of this, I always am thinking about, Kanye West, because when he came out with The College Dropout, it really moved away from the popular gangster thing that like 50 Cent was really about at the time in pop music.
Yeah.
And he made it work because he wanted to do something different. And he also got denied from several labels to put out that album because of that reason.
Yeah, totally.
So I just, that's refreshing to hear that you're not just, copying people. I think that's attributed a lot to your success, and obviously it works.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man.
Gotta keep it thorough.
You just put out Bass in the Rain #4. Is that an allusion to Seattle in any respect?
Oh yeah, definitely. The rain, I think, if you know anything about Seattle, it rains quite often. So I feel like for me, that's definitely played into like my style and to my lifestyle. You know what I mean? Being inside and making music, being in the rain. So like that's definitely, I think, something I pay homage to with that.
Yeah, being stuck inside, making beats all day.
Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah, man. I'm like the worst at making like speedy beats, so I'll stay inside at like 6 hours a day, just hurtled with like either my headphones or my speakers.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to make a beat? Because obviously you put out more than 40 mixtapes, online, which is incredible. That's a huge library.
Yeah.
Not to mention your own rap career on the side, and then doing things, with Lil B and all these other artists.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to put out a beat usually?
Man, it just depends. It comes real quick, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times. And then like I'll make like, like 5 beats at least. And then like I'll just kind of play with those 5 for a minute. And then that's like 5 each sit down. So it just depends on how much time I have.
Yeah.
Especially like when I was younger and like just had all the time on my hands. I'd literally be making beats all day.
Yeah.
Like inside, like just chilling. Like it's sunny outside. Like I'm inside.
I gotta ask, man, before we hit the next break, do you have a favorite instrumental off Bass in the Rain 4?
Probably be the last track, number 10. Hope You Make It.
We're kicking it off with the semi-sweet from Seattle Cider Company. This is a 6.5, much like the last, except for it is a bit sweeter, hence the semi-sweet and not dry. which, we'll see how it tastes. I haven't had the semi-sweet before.
Nice.
I've had the dry once before, and I dig it. It depends on really a cider's flavor, how it does with the sugar for me.
Yeah.
Because if it's too sweet, I'm just like, this is candy.
Yeah,
I didn't order a Pepsi.
That is my one critique of cider. Like, if it is too sweet, I feel like it's just kind of overkill. Like, I can't really get into it because it's like, I'm not really drinking for something like that. I feel like it also like...
Plus, you get a bad hangover.
I'm about to say, yeah, that's what I was going to say next. Plus, it also makes you not feel too well, so...
Yeah. Well, cheers, man. Hey,
Cheers.
let's take a taste.
Beer.
It's definitely sweeter,
Definitely sweeter.
but it's not like too sweet.
It's not too sweet.
Yeah.
That's good. This is actually good.
This is a good mix. I think I like this more than the dry, actually.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I definitely like this one.
Yeah, man. So, hey, we're going to step into a game right now.
Ooh.
I play this game a lot on the show. It's called Wack or Fact. And a lot of my guests smoke weed, and we're in the Pacific Northwest, and it's legal and it's fun. You have a good time. It's a good cure for boredom.
Oh, yeah. When it's raining,
Yeah, exactly. And so this is how it works. I went around the town to a few different dispensaries and made a list of the weirdest names for strains for sale here in Seattle. But I've also included a handful of fake weed strains in the list. I'm going to read you each strain name one at a time, and you have to tell me if it's whack, as in it's fake, or fact.
All right.
Fair enough?
Okay.
All right. Black cherry soda.
That sounds like it would be something. But I've never seen it. I'll say whack.
Incorrect.
Oh.
That's a real thing, man.
Okay.
All right. It's all good. Not off to a good start, but let's keep going, okay?
Let's go.
Vader 47.
These are really hard, man. I know they got crazy names every day.
I know, man. That's the beauty of the game.
That's crazy. Whack.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, no. Definitely not. It tricks you, though, because, you got that Afghan 47.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You got that AK-47.
AK-47.
Yeah.
Yep.
All
Real
right.
talk.
Mob Boss.
I feel like this is not one, but then it sounds so crazy that it might be one.
As he eats the jerky, deep in thought, Keyboard Kid plans his next answer.
Fact.
Correct!
Okay, yup.
That is a strain.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Mocha Black Sky.
Nah. Whack.
You call him whack?
Whack.
That's correct!
Okay.
All right, man. Chernobyl.
That's fact.
That is fact. Keep going, man. You started off rough, but you've hit your stride.
Okay.
Guadalupe. Hit me
That's
with it.
Whack.
Nope.
Oh.
That is fact.
They got a Guadalupe, huh?
They got a Guadalupe. I don't know a lot about it, but
Yeah, that's crazy.
that exists. And these are actually all from Seattle dispensaries.
Yeah.
So it's not
wild.
like just I went on Leafly and just browse tens of thousands of strains. These are in Seattle.
That's crazy. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah. Indigo Plateau.
Man, that was hard too. Let's say fact.
Incorrect. That is whack. That's actually that's a Pokemon reference right there.
Wow.
I don't know if you ever played Pokemon.
Yeah, I have actually, so I should have recognized it. but
The
it's
red
been a
and
while.
blue, you go to the
I can
Elite
say it.
Four. Yeah.
I can say that's the final.
Dude, honestly, I was disappointed that wasn't a one. Because I Google all the fake ones I make up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why isn't that one yet? That's dope.
That's actually dope. Somebody might have to, you know what I'm saying?
Take that. Yeah, man. All right. Kosher Kush.
Oh, that's fact.
Yep. You know it.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah. All right. Synthesis.
Whack.
That's correct.
Okay.
Keebler Elf.
I don't know.
Would you like to use a lifeline? You're looking to dub over here.
I don't know. I never heard of that one. We're talking about strands of weed. No. He said that's whack.
That's whack. That's correct.
Okay.
Last one.
Never know.
Wi-Fi OG.
Oh, yeah, that's fact.
Yep. All right, man. Congratulations. You only got 3 wrong out of 11.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, man. It's about on par with every other guest who's played this game. They get around 3 to 4 wrong. So
Okay.
you're on the upper end of the spectrum. Congratulations, my man. And at
They're
that
my strands, pretty much. But,
Yeah.
You know, there's a few of them, you know.
Well, speaking of weed, I kind of want to talk about your song, Kush in the Beamer.
Oh, yeah.
And what I loved about that track is the Super Mario 64 sample you used.
Oh, yeah.
You used a couple of them on the tracks.
Oh yeah, very rare.
Yeah, man. Did you play that game growing up or what?
Oh yeah.
Dog, it's such a...
That's a classic.
Dude, me and my friends in college, we went back, we busted out the N64. We actually have it right in there.
Oh,
right
rare,
now.
rare.
So let's just like, we're gonna do 120 stars, like whenever we're bored or stoned. Like,
hey. Yeah, that's the game, man. That's one of the best games ever created. Man.
Yeah.
Real
No,
talk.
it's funny. Like I heard that and I immediately thought like, oh my God, like there's so many golden sound effects in that game.
Oh yeah. All the sound effects, like it's pretty lit on that game. That's what took Mario to the next level. That was his first step to the next level right there.
The 3D.
Oh yeah, that 3D aspect. You know what I'm saying?
Open world kind of thing, but jumping into the pictures.
Oh yeah, going crazy.
I fucking love that game, dude.
And then Mario Kart 64 too.
Oh man. Yeah. I can't even talk about that. I've just rage quitted so many times
I
against
spent so many hours in the house playing that one. You know what I'm saying?
But I just kind of wanted to talk to you about that because in your music, a lot of the times, it's more like I feel like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm totally off base, but I feel like it's mostly virtual instrumentation with just like little sprinkles of samples.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of accurate? Would you say?
Yeah, definitely.
And
I like to mix them.
A lot of hip hop producers want to start with the sample.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you start?
It kind of just depends. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it'll be with the virtual instruments, like you know what I'm saying? I'll play something I like, a little melody or a bass line, and then I'll go through some vocal samples that I have and try to lay something that fits the mood.
Hence the keyboard kid actually starting out on the keyboard.
Yeah. Or it's the other way around, or I'll sample something and then try to add in other instrumentation, like add the bass, my own bass line, something like that.
Well, I know that you played trumpet for a little bit back in the day, and then you broke your hand or something, right?
Yeah, playing football.
Yeah. What position?
I play linebacker, actually.
That explains it.
Yeah.
And then you tried to play drums, but you couldn't because you were in apartments. So you copped a version of FL Studio.
Yeah. That was way later. But yeah, I did that finally when I was in high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so what? You just plugged in a MIDI keyboard, started fucking around. You started drawing it in, or
man, yeah. Honestly, I just started drawing it in, clicking it in, when I first got it, because I didn't really understand MIDI or anything.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I would just click stuff in, and in the early FL, I had one of the earliest ones that had FL, the first one, and you couldn't even add samples in. I didn't know how, so I was just making real techno-y sounding.
Right, because that's all they had built into it.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was just little sounds and shit.
Yeah.
And then as the new ones start coming out, I'd get the new ones, and then they started adding more and more, elements to the software, I guess. And I remember when I finally could be able to sample, man, that was the most greatest thing ever. You know what I'm saying? When I figured that out, because then that allowed me to learn how to just add drums. You know what I'm saying? Really work on the drum patterns and to a real tempo. So
yeah. Are you still an FL Studio man, or you've moved to bigger and better things? Because I know FL Studio's come a long way since over 10 years ago. Before it was kind of the little special FL free.
Yeah, definitely. Man, yeah, cats making hits with FL now.
Oh,
you know
my God, yeah, I know.
Major names using FL.
But are you still on it? Are you still doing it?
Yeah, I definitely still use it because I started on it, so I definitely still use it.
Yeah.
But I've used other things. You know what I'm saying? I've used Ableton. I've used Logic. I tried Reason, but I just like FL. I think it's dope, and the latest one's real dope. You can do a lot with it. So
yeah,
I usually just rock with that.
Yeah, I've heard it's definitely become a lot more versatile. I was talking to Brainstorm of Dime Def a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And he's a rapper and a beat maker too, just like you. And he was telling me it's really hard for him to rap on his own beats. Mm-hmm. But you were just telling me in the last break that you plan on releasing a collaboration with Lil B project together where you guys are both rapping, right?
Yeah. I'll be doing the rapping. He'll be on there, production and some rapping. So
yeah. So you're gonna be working on his beats.
Oh yeah, vice versa too.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a few from him. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make something together.
Okay.
So yeah.
How close are you guys to recording it, writing it? Where are you at in this stage?
Right now we're just we're getting all the instrumentals together, getting the beats together.
Sure.
I was out there in the Bay when we were working together not too long ago, and working on some tracks. So yeah, we just getting it started, but it'll probably be out. It'll be out definitely by next summer.
You were saying before though that a lot of the times you work just over the internet with these rappers, but with this project specifically, you're going down to visit him.
Oh yeah,
in the Bay Area.
Oh yeah, we've been been working a lot more in person. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while. You know, like when we first started, of course, we were working online, but yeah. But now we've been in the lab together. We work together, and like also been, you know, we made Witness, like me, him, and Clams. We all got together in person, and we did that track and things like that.
So what's it gonna sound like? Does it sound like the same kind of beats you've been making for him, or because he's doing some of the production too? Are you guys going a little bit differently?
No.
You guys
Yeah. It's gonna be like, I feel like it's gonna be what people love, but it's definitely gonna be new, different. You know what I'm saying? More exciting. You know what I'm saying? Higher quality. You know. So I think like even, you know, what we've been doing so far. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely still taking it to the next level.
Can you give me a bit more? What does that look like? What does that sound like taking it to the next level?
Man, it's really like nothing you ever heard before. So I think people really got to just hear it, because I feel like my music, when you hear it, you know what I'm saying, you really got to submerge yourself into it. You know what I mean? And kick back, ride in your car. You know what I'm saying? Playing in the speakers, in the club, whatever. Like, I think they really get that full effect. You know what I'm saying? Put your headphones on.
Yep.
And so, man, it's going to be dope, because I think it's got a lot more to it, because B's producing now, so we got new sounds. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot more resources at our hand.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be what people love, but definitely just new.
Kicking off the last segment of today's show, we're going to be drinking the Seattle Cider Co.'s Oaked Maple. This is definitely a little bit higher in ABV, and it's probably going to be sweeter. So I hope it's not cramping your style, keyboard, because it is sweeter.
Oh, it's sweeter.
All right, man, let's drink.
Woman is more like a beer. They smell good. They look good. You'd step over your own mother just to get one.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I hate to say that because they kind of like sponsor the show, but that's
probably my least favorite of the three, though.
Yeah, it's too much maple syrup in there.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I'm going to take one more taste.
Take one more. Maybe it'll grow on us. Yeah, it'd be probably good like around Christmas time or something.
Yeah, I might have to be in the festive spirit for that or something. Want to try this? Try it. Other two are great.
So give me your favorite out of the three, if you don't mind coming up to the mic a little bit.
Oh yeah, the other three were, not the other three, but the other two were great. And I'd say my favorite was probably this semi-sweet.
The semi-sweet. I really like the semi-sweet.
Semi-sweet.
Too.
Maybe if it's a summer day or earlier in the day, though, I probably would take the dry.
Yeah, because it's not as like thick for sure. And
yeah,
you can keep doing it for a little bit. Well,
what'd you think about it, Dub?
Dub liked it. Okay.
Dub liked the sweet, the maple, hints of maple.
Colin, what do you think? Good whiskey. Yeah. A little maple flavoring.
Yeah, I could see that with the whiskey, little, but yeah.
Pair it with some nice whiskey for a nice meal.
Like that. Yeah, for real. Started off with this, finish it with the whiskey.
Yeah.
A little shot of that to cap it off.
We'll tell you what, man. We're going to play one more game today. This one's called Chop It Up.
Yeah.
The game is played like this. It's a little bit like either or. I'm going to give you two names. They may be real. They may be fictional. And you have to choose who you'd rather have a beer with. This isn't necessarily who you're a bigger fan of, but try to think about who you might want to talk to or get to know more or maybe even get drunk with. Simple enough?
Yeah.
Kanye West or Pharrell?
That's crucial. Pharrell.
Did you say that because Dub said that?
No. He probably knew I'd say that, but probably Pharrell.
Why? Because you don't want to deal with Kanye's kind of craziness? Or?
No. I don't know. I just feel like I just really would want to pick Pharrell's brain. I feel like talk to him about something.
See, that's the exact opposite reason why I'd want to pick Kanye's brain, because I saw him in concert in Seattle when he came here last, and he went on one of his crazy rants, and it was awesome. Don't get me wrong, I love fucking Kanye, but I would love him to just blast me with his crazy thoughts. But Pharrell, actually, I really fucking love too. So
yeah, Pharrell to me such a a style icon, and like
everybody knows him for the big hat.
Yeah, his sound to me too is just it's just the most unique sounds I've heard on beat.
Yeah.
Like, and like people never conform to, like, I feel like he never conforms to anyone else's style. Like, they always conform to Pharrell's style.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, Pharrell, like, you gotta like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know it's a Pharrell track.
Yeah. Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Especially with his signature intro, the
four
4 beats.
Count.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like, even like way back in the day when he did the you know, the Rex and Effects and
And Nerd.
you know what I'm saying? NERD, yeah, and just like that whole clash of what that is and that style, like what he's done for culture to me, like
He's
you know
a
what I'm
musician at
saying?
heart. Like, he really
yeah,
is.
he like I feel like I had a lot in common with him, like, you know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
whole like
Kanye's more of a
NERD.
beat maker and producer.
Oh yeah, don't get me
I think
wrong.
Pharrell's a huge musician, though.
Yeah, just like yeah, man. for
Funny
real.
story. I was listening to an interview with Pharrell. You know, Get Lucky by
Yeah.
Daft Punk. So they asked him to write the hook to it, right?
Yeah.
And they flew him out to France to sing it. And he thought it was going to be a scratch track. He thought they were going to get someone else to sing it.
Really?
And then they sent it back. They're like, here's the finished version. It's him on the track. He's like, wait, what?
What?
I didn't think.
Hey.
Isn't that awesome?
That's turned up. Yeah, that's dope.
All right. Sorry. Next pair.
Yeah.
Han Solo or Luke Skywalker?
Luke.
Luke?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I respect that.
I'm trying to see where the fuck he's been for all this time. You feel me? Like, this nigga's gone.
I was
and
thinking
shit.
original trilogy era, but I get what you're
Oh,
saying.
Yeah. I mean, just encompassing the whole story since it's not done yet.
You've been hanging out on that rock on that planet
yeah,
forever.
like, what are you doing out there, Last Jedi? You know what I'm saying? Like,
all right, respect
where you
that.
been at? Like, did that shit fuck you up when you found out he was your pop? Like, yeah, like, I
What
don't
kind
know,
of
like,
trauma did you go through?
Right.
What kind of galactic therapy? What did it
'cause
cost?
he was that dude. He was the one. So I don't know what happened.
All right, The Rock or Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Man, yeah, probably Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. He's just that OG. You know what I'm saying? Like, he been through the most. He came up. This nigga was an immigrant. You know what I'm saying? He married Maria Shriver. This nigga became a politician.
He was governor.
He's really
That's
that
fucking
American
weird.
dream. You feel me?
All right. Gordon Ramsay or Guy
Terminator.
Fieri?
Guy Fieri.
Yeah. Flavortown, baby.
Yeah, I'm trying to see all those spots, bro. Put me on. We go chop it up. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, have a drink. Eat at one of those diners. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I watch that show all the time.
Good, man. All right. Neo from The Matrix or Ted from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
Yeah.
Neo. Do you know Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
Yeah, that's the classic too.
Okay.
Like, yeah, that's the classic.
Okay,
But
both
I feel
Keanu
like
Reeves.
I feel like Neo put you on the more game though. You feel me? Like Bill and Ted, he's kind of just spaced out.
Plus,
you know what
if you're like with Neo in The Matrix, you could be like, man, I could use some Glenn Levitt. He's like coating it out.
You
Boom,
feel
right in
me?
front of you.
I'm saying? Splash. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you want, right?
Yeah. All right, man. Last one. Steve Jobs or Bill Gates?
Billy.
Billy. The
Yeah.
Seattle Pride.
Yeah, I still chop it up with Billy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You still chop it up with him?
Yeah, you know, we used to chop it up major.
Yeah, because your mom worked at Microsoft?
Nah, I'm just joking. But yeah, she did work there. But no, I think it'd be dope to talk to Bill Gates because I just want to get his thoughts because you know, like, I feel like more on that element, like how PC is just not proprietary. Like everybody is for everybody. Like you can make software, everything. Like that's kind of like base. You know what I mean? We're a lot more open out there for the people. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Well, at that, Bill Gates kind of transitioned to the Seattle kind of overall world. And this last part of the podcast, as you know, this podcast is about Northwest hip hop, Northwest artists. And I kind of want to talk about your views on the whole scene out here. Obviously, you've worked with Mac Dead in the Thrax House. We talked about that before the show. And Misunderstood, you've been working with.
Yeah.
And then you've also been cited to be a fan of Nacho Picasso.
Oh, yeah,
Who's
yeah.
not? He's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And you've also said, though, and this is the part I want to ask you about, is that you say that Seattle, it's rainy, it's cloudy, people don't go out, and it's a producer's place. Do you think that Seattle's going to be set in stone as a producer's place until, you know, the next 50 years? Or do you think people are going to start, you know, blowing it up? Or what do you think needs to happen to make that happen?
Man, I think people just need to get out there more and travel, you know what I'm saying? Get out of the Seattle bubble, you know what I'm saying? And you know, blow it up. But it's definitely like gonna blow up bigger than just the producer scene. I think it already is, you know, it's already happening. So
Do you have any ambition yourself to make Seattle, let's say bubble free might be the right word. Because like you don't have to get out of Atlanta, for example, to become a SoundCloud sensation.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you think that for Seattle, it's not going to change? You need to get out of Seattle to be heard, kind of like what Mac Ned's done? Or do you think it's just a matter of the whole culture shift here in Seattle?
I just think like the city's growing. So, you know what I'm saying? I think like people got to get out there, like, you know what I'm saying, regardless. So I feel like everybody's got their own path, you know what I'm saying? But I think like Seattle's definitely a bigger city. More people know about Seattle now than ever. So just a matter of time. But I don't think it'd take like 50 years or nothing like that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Respect My Region put out an article. I talked about this last with QEP, and Respect My Region, you know, the online and online news source, and Mitch Pfeiffer, who's the founder of it, put together an article saying that you know, Seattle's not shit because we're not. The general gist of it was that DJs aren't playing Seattle rappers or producers, and there's not a lot of community involvement, which is a big factor of actually people blowing up, because when you're on social media, which is the new marketing, it is the new word of mouth, you have to share things, you have to like things, and you know, as a rapper myself, I'm hoping those things start to become more common and possible, where you're just trading names left and right. Is that something you're ever concerned with? I mean, I know you're working with Seattle rappers and you take pride, like you said before, in working with these up-and-coming rappers, but is that something that crosses your mind often?
Nah, like for me, like, you know, like most of those people I work with, like Nacho and like those guys and like Ned, like they're all like friends. Like Ned's like the little homie, you feel me? Like the House, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he came to me before they even started it, you know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, can we use Thrax? You know, because Thrax is like straight bass derivative, you know? So I was like, cats like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, those are the homies. So it doesn't really cross my mind as far as like who's gonna make it or who's gonna be the one to put it on. But I just feel like any other city, like, you know, you gotta pay your dues, you know what I'm saying? Like we've only had like how many big name rappers come out of here to where the people like recognize you like out of country or internationally like that. So I still feel like it's just happening, you know what I'm saying? It's still coming up, like people like myself, you know what I'm saying, and other people you name, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we're out here right now pushing the culture forward right now. So I feel like people really just need to, you know, respect what cats are doing, like myself and everything, and you know, come out and support, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Already out of here doing and touring other places, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like,
well, I just had a show last night, and you know, the whole time I thought of these people that were watching me, I'm thinking the whole time, it's like, I literally could not be doing this if people didn't come out and support it.
Yeah, definitely.
And a lot of people don't really think about that, because it's like, oh, they're gonna have another show, but it's like, if people don't go to your show, you're not gonna get hired by this place.
Oh yeah. But it's also not just like the people's fault, like the average listener, because like,
no, it's not.
You know what I'm saying? Like people are, you know, they're average listeners, and it's kind of what
it's a changing world, and I think people need to adapt.
Yeah, and I think the scene, like the city, like honestly the city too, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, they do a lot for, you know, some of the upcoming artists and everything like that, but I feel like we need more of like a radio, not just DJs like in the clubs, but like we have no radio. Like I've been to other cities that got a lot more urban radio
like
stations.
KEXP, but for hip hop and R&B.
Yeah, but can I get KEXP everywhere in my car? You know what I'm saying? Like what's the other station? Power or whatever.
Well, that's pop music, but
yeah, but it used to be Cube, right?
Cube was like, we.
But like, I've been down south and they got like 3 or 4 Cubes. You get what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah, no, I remember when
they got all of those shows have like sections and times they'll play like local artists. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be presented and represented in a bigger way too for people to want to latch onto you. So
yeah. But let's take a step back for a second, because I don't want to end the podcast without knowing this. I also like to always ask my guests, are there artists right now that are, you know, they can be, you know, international, national, local, whatever, that you're really fucking with, that you're listening to?
No, yeah, I pretty much, you know, I listen to bass guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, keep it bass. No, like, I listen to my own beats, you know what I'm saying? We're always getting better, so I gotta critique my stuff.
I know what you mean.
And then, but other artists, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, I've been listening to like Young Dolph, you know what I'm saying? Like, shouts out to Dolph. You should holler at me for some beats, you know what I'm saying? And then, I don't know, a lot of people, you know, I kind of just listen to whatever's popping that I could like find at the moment, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I put it on my iTunes and just go through shit.
You still use iTunes?
Oh yeah, I use iTunes. I got iTunes
Sorry
music.
for questioning that. I'm just in the Spotify era right now.
Yeah, like everybody uses Spotify, but like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to do what everybody else does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd like to just put my long little playlist together and then listen to that. But, you know, I also listen to, you know what I'm saying, like Chapo and, you know, like Uzi.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people like that. Other people coming up, you know what I'm saying, like underground cats.
You keep it well-rounded.
Yeah, I
You
kind of listen to internet
keep your ear to the
stuff,
ground for other things.
A lot of little LA scenes, like
Yeah.
the homie Nedarb, listen to his beats, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we're going to have to wrap up the podcast. Make sure to listen to Keyboard Kid's tracks on his Bandcamp or SoundCloud. Bass in the Rain 4 is out now.
Yep, we'll
And I
grab
want to
that.
let everyone know that you can catch Keyboard Kid and Lil B on November 21st in Detroit with Danny Brown, and in December at the Day and Night Festival. Keyboard Kid, thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything else
thanks
you'd
for
like to
having
add?
me. Man, just, you know, protect Lil B, you know what I'm saying? Protect Basedworld, protect Keyboard at all times, you know what I'm saying? And go grab that Bass in the Rain 4. If you local, you can go grab it in Tacoma at Hall of Fame Vintage. And follow me on Twitter at KeyboardKid206, Instagram at KeyboardKid206.
Those will all be in the description, people. Thank you so much for listening. This has been Hoppy on Broadway. My name is K-Rad. Until next week, peace.